Oh, yeah!
Why did they change? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you playing?
Okay, so it is time to play another episode. Exciting, jaw-droppingly exciting episode of Euro Truck Simulator 2. I do not have the Scandinavian DLC. It's on my wish list. Hopefully I will be able to get it in the next month or two, and we will do a review on Scandinavia. So far, people have said it's amazing, and they're like totally all about it. So I'm excited to get that expansion up. I do have Go East, but last time we played was a couple months ago, and I did not have my own truck, but I do have my own truck now. Reason being, you make way more money with your own truck. And I did wait until I had about $100 or maybe like $70,000 saved up. And I have a loan. I did take a loan out from the bank. We can take a look at some of the things that have changed since you've last seen me here. I took out a small loan of $50,000. It's only about $1,400 a day. But that's the lowest you can get, really. Well, you could do a $10,000, but I figured 50 was enough, and that got me the truck, and I was able to do some upgrades. And so now I've got this truck. It's got the second motor. In fact, we can even look at the diagnostics. I'm trying to think of where. Oh, I do need to do some repair on this, huh? Anyway, I did go for the. I started with the smaller body. This is the Renault. I really like the truck. It has the most horsepower of the ones that I could afford. I think I'm getting close to 450 right now with the upgrades. And I've got, the cool wheels. I did do the side skirts. Now, one thing that I found out that I wanted to share with you, if you get the second set of wheels, the double bogies on the back, and I'm not sure what they afford you except for this, they actually take away your fuel capacity because you have two big gas tanks on the side of the truck. If you put a second bogie in there, it actually removes half the gas tank to make room for that second set of wheels. And that stinks because then you have to stop for gas all the time. So I actually went back. I had purchased the wheels and found that out, and I went back and got rid of the wheels and went back to the original configuration. But I did add the extended cab. I've also added, some of my own touches, like the better wheels, the better tires. I did do like some of the chrome handles and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm really enjoying this game, and I don't play it a ton, but I have been playing it some. So let's go ahead and take the truck out for a spin. Actually, the first thing we need to do is get ourselves a job. So we're gonna go to the job market, and I'm gonna do a freight market because I got my own truck. I do not have a company yet. We'll come back when we do that. Right now, I need to pick the city that I'm in, which I guess I'd be considered Stuttgart. It could be either. Let's see. What's in Mannheim? Well, I can't do it yet. Stuttgart. And I have them. Or the other thing I found out too is you want to organize these by price per distance. Now, some of them are going to be ridiculous because you're not going to get any money because they're only like a real close distance. But in this case, I think. Let's see, this is going to be, we're going to go to the Netherlands with some lift trucks. I think I'll take this one because that's a decent amount of money. It is a fragile cargo or high-value cargo, standard delivery. So let's go ahead and take that. And unfortunately, we are out in the boonies, so I'm going to have to use my GPS and drive. Let's go ahead and go. There goes my loan installment. I just paid $1,400. How the heck do I get out of here? All right, this looks like the exit here. One of the things I still haven't figured out is really where it seems like your power band is between 20 and 25, maybe 15 and 25, but you're always marked in the green. I'm thinking maybe the green is where your fuel economy is best. It's certainly not where the power band is, though. So we're going to have to drive a little bit to go pick that load up. I think we have to go into Stuttgart. Whoa, slow down. Okay. The other thing I don't like is if you put your brakes on, you come to a very abrupt halt and have to, like, since you have to cycle down through all the gears, I have mine set on manual shift. It takes forever to get down through all those gears. Oh, and I made a mistake. I'm not going to be able to take that job because look at where I am as far as my sleep goes. That's an 11-hour drive. So I guess what we'll do is we'll just get into Stuttgart, and then I'll just take a rest there, and we'll see what cargo pops up in the morning. But as of right now, I'm realizing I will not be able to drive that distance without stopping. And you know, I'm honestly, it's kind of hard to figure your time out because in the older versions of this game, you could pick to rest for an hour, rest for 2 hours, rest for 8 hours. In this game, when you go to sleep, it doesn't matter if let's say you go to sleep and you sleep for 8 hours and you wake up and drive for 2 hours. If you go to sleep again, your guy's going to sleep for 8 hours again. So you don't have control over how many hours you sleep, at least not that I've found in the game yet. So that kind of sucks. I do miss being able to pick, like taking a nap versus... Because, you know, if I'm driving, a lot of times I'll take a 2-hour nap, my wife will drive, and when I wake up, I can finish, you know, like a 12 or 14-hour drive. I'll drive for 6 or 7 hours, sleep for 2, and then drive for another 6 or 7. So, you can't do this in this game. Either you're sleeping or you're awake. There's no in between. So if you have a delivery that you pick up and it's got to be somewhere by the next morning, well, you're going to have to drive through your sleepiness because if you go over to sleep, you're going to lose 8 hours of your trip. That's not cool. I wish they would have done something different about that. But the other thing that's hard to get used to is the kilometers per hour. I'm obviously an American miles per hour, and so I'm always looking at going, man, 80 miles an hour, and you realize it's 80 kilometers per hour. You're going like 50. It's not very fast. Seems like the max speed limit in this game is about 80 miles per hour. But like I said, I really like this Renault truck. I actually, out of all the ones that I've driven, I like the way it looks outside, and I like the way it looks inside. It really has a very clear, easy to read console. And very modern looking, but yet, you know, it kind of reminds me of my minivan actually. My minivan has a lot of white and black, like pattern paint or coloring. I will say it's a lot easier to not have accidents in this game. Look how far I have to drive just to get to the city. Jeepers criminy. I better look at my map. I feel like something's wrong here. Map. Where are they taking me? I guess they are taking me into... I should have gone to Mannheim. That was closer. Jeez. Oh, well. I love the fact that when you press escape to come out, that you have a little pause there. I'm setting the cruise control for 80. The other thing that I've noticed is it is really hard to... I don't say really hard to steer, but I've driven pretty big trucks, not tractor trailers, but I've driven, 24-foot trucks through, pretty long trips, like, 10 or 12-hour trips. And it is not this hard to stay in your lane. I mean, it's this game makes it really hard to stay in your lane. Whatever. All right, so I'm going to head down to Stuttgart. We will pick you guys up when we get down there and go from there. All right, so we're getting close to our destination here, which is Stuttgart, Germany. It took about an hour to get here from where I was. I probably could have just picked up a load there, but once again, I need to fix up my truck. I have a little bit of damage to it that needs to be repaired, so it's a good time to pull into the repair station. Looks like there's some question marks here that I have not unlocked yet too, so we'll work on those. Probably a dealership, I would imagine, and then like a one of those job internet cafes. Took me a while to get that one. Come on, folks. You can cut through the light. Let's go. I actually have been enjoying playing this game with my Xbox 360 controller. I find that it works better than the steering wheel. My steering wheel is old and needs to be taken apart and kind of probably remanufactured. I don't know if I'm out of grease or what, but it's real stiff, and so I think I'm going to have to take it apart and do some work on it. All right, what do we find here? Looks like a Mercedes dealer. Yeah, Mercedes-Benz truck dealer. I don't think I've ever found Mercedes before. That's pretty cool. I thought Across was their truck brand, but... Well, we'll take a look at it in a minute. We'll hop into the dealership once I'm done fixing and sleeping, so... Or maybe even before we sleep. So we're going to do a repair. And we'll service the truck. 500 damage. Yeah, there we go. Not too bad. That's like 2 or 3 trips. So you seem to pick up damage as you go. Of course, you know, just like in real life. The trucks get worn out. And so here's the double bogies. And here's what I want to show you. So if you look over here, see this monstrous fuel tank here? Watch what happens if I put a set of bogies on. That all goes away. Now you just have a little fuel tank back on this side. So you lose all of that fuel. And that's just not... It's no good. Now, i.e., I'm at 430 horsepower. Yeah. And some of the things I still don't have unlocked. Like, I put this on, though, like this runner. And I haven't really put anything here. I've got all these steps up here, though, like all chromed out and pretty sweet stuff. All right, so we're going to exit out here. And let's go over to the dealership and take a look at what they have to offer. I love the way the sound outside is so much louder. No, look at those are Mercedes trucks. They're not Across. Huh. So that must be a different brand, or maybe the Mercedes has Across written across the dashboard. Across. Let's take a look at what they're selling. I don't want to trade my truck in, but it'd be fun to take a look and see what another dealership has to offer. Oh, it is Across. Look at that. Across. Sorry, my bad. Trade in. Let's see what we do if we trade in. I could buy one for $943, but this doesn't have any. Look at the. Let's look at the motor. Yeah, he's got 5 more horsepower. So if we configured it like this, let's take a look. If we made it the same, with the bigger cabin, same wheel setup. Though this guy's kind of a shorty. He doesn't look like he's got the same fuel capacity that I have. Yeah, see, now on this one, it doesn't make a difference. This one can get the double bogey and keep its smaller fuel capacity. So with that motor, with the better gearbox, the paint we're not going to deal with yet because I'll put... If I did all the upgrades... Let's just do it. Let's do it. No, let's do it and see what it would cost to get where I'm at on mine. I want to see. And we're going to go with the better tires, the runners. And we got side skirts. And I have chrome. And I have these upgraded. Each and every one. Okay. Did I do it on that side? I should do it on both sides, right? Yeah, it's selected. Okay. Say confirm. Boop. So I would have to pay $75,000 just to kind of go to the same truck. Though this one has a bigger... Yeah, not worth it. Still, nice truck, though. Good-looking truck. Let's see what else they have. They've got... So these two are the only ones that are available to me. The beginner Weenie Boy. Yeah, none of those cool trucks are available. This one starts with 421 horsepower. Costs a little bit more up front. Boy, it's a weird-looking truck. Let's see if we customize it. Doesn't give you much more room for $42,000. Jeez. Forget that. So this is the same thing. So we got 2 fuel tanks. Let's watch what happens Yeah, they get a little smaller. Oh, interesting. Look at that. So this one's probably pretty close because it looks like they just shifted up a little bit. Motor. Oh, you get 500, almost 500 horsepower on this one. Though I got to tell you, I don't feel like I've been struggling for horsepower too much. But okay, so anyway, that gives you an idea of the prices and stuff. I'm not going to buy these, but maybe later I'll get another one because I will need multiple trucks for my dealership. But I'll go back to my kind of plain Jane Renault. Whoops. Whoops. And so we're going to go park and go to sleep for the night. Wait, which one's camera? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Durr. Boop. Let's go night-night. Oops, wrong button. Alright, so he's going to stop his engine, and we are going to rest. And I wake up in the middle of the night. Let's see what cargo is available for shipment. Alright, freight market. It's probably similar. And we're going to go to Stuttgart. Yeah, that one is gone. So, Milano. Where's that going? The ventilation shaft, it seems like, is the most high paying. Though the dollars per mile. Where else could we go? We could go to Salzburg. I've been there already. I kind of want to go somewhere else where I haven't been. So this might be a good deal. Strasbourg. Zurich. Or me. Let's go to Metz. Or Metz. I'm tired of pulling tractors. Let's take the diggers to Zurich. Let's do it. Let's do some diggers to Zurich in the Switzerland. All right. So turn on the headlights, which I don't remember how to do it. Oh, there they are. That's full headlights. Maybe because the motor's not on? There we go. I was going to say, that's pretty dim. I don't remember them being that dim. So that other place has got to be a job hunter board. So we can find some other down on their luck truck drivers who are looking for work and employ them gainfully. But I do not have the money to do that yet. You really need hundreds of thousands of dollars to do that. And I just am not at that point. I think I need to get my loan settled first. And once I have that settled, I could even take out a huge like $500,000 loan. But I don't know. I don't think I'm up for that. I think I want to just do it the old-fashioned way, maybe. We'll see. I'll probably end up eating my words. Before I had said the same thing about this. So I said, I won't take out a loan to buy a truck. But then I ended up paying half the truck off with a loan and paying the other half with myself. With my money. From being a company man. Now I own my own company. The freedom to choose where I want to go, when I want to go. The freedom to be in debt to the bank and hopefully have money, but maybe not, and go out of business. It's kind of like real life. So anyway, I've enjoyed this game a lot, except for that. That's the thing I'm talking about. I could never get the gears shifted down fast enough to make a real smooth turn. Let's hop in here and pick a job. We said we were going to go to Zurich. It's not worth a ton of money, but it's not very far either. We should have this delivered in no time. And then we can pick up another load without having to go to sleep and deliver that short distance, hopefully somewhere in France. I've always wanted to see France. Let's look at the mirrors. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. How did I do that? Whoops, that probably just damaged the front of my truck. Really not working out the way that I thought it would. Oh, Arthur. All right, come on. Come on, Bullforce. There we go. Good job, Bullforce. Oh, all right. And off we go. Dragging our load right through the wood pile, since they parked it right next to there. And damaging the equipment on board. Cutting a little... Oh! Tweak. Oh, I hit it somewhere else, too. How much? I hope I didn't do any damage. Let's check and see. We can go here. Alright, Chell's going to join me on the farming sim in a minute. Oops, wrong button. Okay, the only thing I hate is that you have to kind of like... As you can tell, I'm not very good at switching the map while I'm driving. And I got this other truck driver behind me. He's probably ready to go into a blind rage at me because I totally stopped in the middle of the road. Sorry, I was playing with my GPS. No damage to the cargo, thankfully. I kind of scraped up the trailer a little bit, but just goes along with the territory. Now, one of the things I've learned about this game is that it seems like hours are minutes and minutes are seconds. So if it says it's going to be 3 hours and 16 minutes, it's about 3 hours and 16 seconds away. We are going to have to stop for fuel, though. I do feel like I'm kind of... Well, I guess I've got about a half a tank. I could probably get there without stopping. I haven't done any of the speed loads yet, so I don't... There's not a rush to get it there. Yeah, go ahead, Joe. My daughter's sharing with me that she's going to go to the bathroom. Okay. Go right ahead. Alright, it's heading back towards Frankfurt. Getting on that steep hill. I'm dragging a little bit horsepower-wise. Definitely going to upgrade the motor when I get the opportunity. Thankfully, I was able to get the second one, but there are big gaps between the different motor levels. You have to really have a lot of experience to get the higher motor levels. So, alright, I'll pick up with you guys in a couple minutes, or if I see anything cool happening, I'll be back. Alright, so... We're still driving through the night. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning. My kids are going to bed. In real life, it's about 10 o'clock at night. And it's time for bed for my little children. You going to go to bed now, Mater?
I got my poopy.
You got poopy? Are you poopy?
Yeah, I need diaper change.
You need diaper change? Oh.
I thought this Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, too.
So, Ryan, could you please change Mater's diaper?
It's changed.
He's poopy. He said, I poon pee. My son Ryan is debating on whether to get a 3DS or a whatever the PlayStation one is, the portable PlayStation, and having a very hard time making a decision on it. I am very speeding right now.
Get in your bed.
Now he's going to put the kids to bed. He's a good son. Big helper around the house. A little cruel in his punishments, but no, I'm just kidding. He just yells a lot and then they don't listen. Who listens to their big brother, right? I mean, how many of you guys are little brothers that listen to your big brother? You don't until you get older. Then you realize, they've been through a lot and they're kind of smart. So, I'm going to continue speeding here. All right, guys, catch up with you in a little bit. Going through this cool tunnel. They always make that noise when you go past the lights. At least they do in Ohio and Pennsylvania. They go shoo, 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 shoo. All right, we're going to stop and get some gas. It's exciting parts of the game. Watch Arthur thrill as he missed his downshift. Whoops, that was a little too high. I'll tell you what, though, this is really kind of like driving at night. I feel like This game does pretty good on the realism factor. I really like that. Oops, did it again. Alright, so let's fill her up. It's going to take a lot. I'll probably spend about $5,000 in gas right here. Sorry, $500. Euros. Look at that. Oh, more. 600, 700. Oh, ouch. So I think it actually is a little bit on the low side, though. I've been watching the Australian Outback truckers, and those guys are paying like $2,000 to $3,000 to fill up their trucks, man. Ouch. That's gotta hurt. So off we go. We'll catch up when I get closer. This truck is gonna run me off the road. Hopefully he'll let me on. Good, he did. Ooh, what's this interchange up here? Oh, it's a hotel. Or a truck stop, anyway. See a lot of those around here. And I think I just crossed into Switzerland. Look, putting on the cruise control. So, it's a good mission so far. Alright, see you in a minute. Some of these back roads are a little scary because you really tight conditions here. This is a tight intersection. Oh, dang it. Shoot. I'm not sure how you're supposed to cut that. That's really tight there. Unfortunately, I bonked the trailer. I don't think I did damage, but I'm getting pretty close to my destination here. We're about half an hour away, which means about a minute. This night drive is making me sleepy. Alright, looks good over there. Zurich. Strasbourg. I think we said we're going to Strasbourg, right? Or are we going to Zurich? Wait, Zurich is... Isn't Zurich Germany? I guess Zurich is... I don't know. I'm all confused. Strasbourg is Germany. So we must be going to Zurich. There she is. There's the exit. On the Asphalt. Asphalt. It's a very fancy way of saying Asphalt. Good night, Seth. Whoops. Oh, this truck is called the Privilege. Oh my gosh, my children. I'm going to have to go beat them down. Come here, kitties. Oh, look at this. Ha ha. Total illegal move. That would get your license suspended here. You are not supposed to cut other cars off like that. Bad truck driver. Bad. Alright. And we can pull in here. Pulling it up. Let's see if Arthur can park. Oops. Nope, I want to go this way. Yep. The steering is weird because you put the wheel one way and then it just kind of hangs there. It doesn't, like, change. There we go. Wink. And I should get a perfect. Yep, excellent score. Skill rank 2. Whoop. Skilled worker, level 10. So, I think that takes us through another exciting episode of night driving in the world of trucks. I hope you guys are enjoying this very short and abbreviated series. But yeah, I really am enjoying this game. Like I said, I don't get to play it a ton, but what I've played of it, I really do like it, and it's much improved over the older versions of this game for sure. They've really fixed a lot of the things that were screwed up in American Hard Truck and 18 Wheels of Steel, and all those games had a lot of issues, and they've fixed a lot of the things. One of the things I do miss is the double trailer train and the longer train trucks, but I guess they decided to focus more on the gameplay right now, and that's fine because they've done a great job. So have a great night, guys. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you around on the roads and on the battlefields and in the oceans and on the farms. Have a good night.